being okay with who I am, like learning to truly be okay with who I am as a person, my personality, my disposition, all of those things that like make me Kayla. For a long time, I found myself like looking at other people and the way that they engage with other people or the world around them or how they carry themselves and trying to like morph into other ways of being because I'm like,
Mm,
"Ugh, I'm just so like shy or I'm so quiet or I'm so whatever it is, you know? And feeling like that's just such a boring way of being or like it wasn't good enough somehow and like I
yeah.
needed to fit into this other mold. And so over I'd say like the second half of my 20s really coming to terms with like no, everyone has their place. Like every personality is so beautiful and we're not meant for everyone. We're not for everyone. And so it's a matter of like finding your people or finding the way that you fit into, your family, your friendships, your relationships that you have and just recognizing like we're also unique and it's
Mm,
perfect just the way it is. Like you don't need to shrink yourself if people tell you like you're too much or you don't need to try and make yourself bigger or more full if people say you're too little like just be you.
gosh, I'm gonna cry. That's literally what that is so beautiful. Oh, and like what a beautiful insight to like have gained because I think so many people can relate, like listening, even just like you and like I can relate to that so much of like that shape shifting,
Yes.
trying to fit in or fit into someone's life or like trying to be different to feel accepted or safe, right?
Yeah.
When really you're supposed to be exactly who you are.
Yep.
And, whether that's just more like quiet or more extra, like I hate that term, but like louder,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, muchier. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's so okay. And that's like what makes us all so beautiful and so unique. And that's like literally the point. How boring would life be if we were all the same?
For sure.
And we learn from each other, and
Yeah.
and like just the nuances and the color in this world, like it's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And to allow ourselves to like be our full selves and to accept that is truly like it makes me emotional, really does. I think like obviously like coming to the end of a decade and also the season of life that we like find ourselves in can like make this more tender at different times. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love that. That's really beautiful. It reminds me of this quote. I just wondered if I should pause for a second, but I'm gonna keep going. It reminds me of this quote that is about, it's like it's from Alice in Wonderland that I recently was reminded of. And it's like the Mad Hatter is telling her, like, you used to be muchier, you've lost your muchness.
Mm.
And it's because she's like lost pieces of herself or like tried to like be more fit into a box. And someone sent me that recently and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
But
I love that so much and I just think about like both of my sisters are really super outgoing and silly and very lively and have full personalities and all of that. And I think, you know, growing up sometimes for me, like my mom would sometimes say like, Kayla, sometimes people don't even know like that I have you as my middle daughter because I'm just so quiet and so reserved and like was usually just like doing my own thing or was like in the house or whatever that looks like. And so for a while that for me was like, oh my gosh, like, am I okay the way that I am? And in my adulthood, I've just come to realize like my way of being is fine exactly how it is. Like, it's perfect how it is. And the role that I play in a lot of people's lives is like being the person who's there to listen or to observe or to offer encouragement or support, to be the person that people confide in. Like, Adam and I, my husband, both have been, we're kind of similar in that regard. And we've kind of been those people for other people to like share things that maybe they don't feel comfortable sharing with other people. And so we all have our roles, and I think it feels so good to just like exhale on that and to just know
Hmm.
like you're perfect the way that you are, I'm perfect the way that I am. Like we don't have to shapeshift, as you said, to try and like fit this mold that we think we need to be. So that was a big lesson for me. That was, I guess maybe I started with the heaviest one.